Look at this baby. So small, so innocent. You'd never guess this tiny dude would one day set the whole world on fire. That's right. This is Adolf Hitler, born in 1889 in a sleepy Austrian town called Braunau am Inn. His dad, Alois Hitler, was your typical strict government guy, short-tempered, bossy, and kind of full of himself. He jumped from one woman to another like it was a hobby until he finally married his cousin, Clara, who ended up being the total opposite, soft-hearted and completely obsessed with her little boy, Adolf. Home life? A total mess. Dad ruled the house like a drill sergeant. Mom treated her kid like a little prince. So yeah, Hitler grew up soaking in anger from one side and endless affection from the other. Alois wanted his son to get a government job, steady, respectable, boring. But young Adolf? Nah. He wanted to paint, dream big, and be somebody. Of course, every time he talked back, his dad lost it. And that's where the storm started brewing. Inside this quiet, stubborn kid who hated being told what to do. Because sometimes the loudest rebellions begin in silence. And soon, this defiant little boy would start showing the world just how far that defiance could go.
At first, little Adolf wasn't doing too bad in school. He was smart, talkative, even popular. The kind of kid who'd round up his buddies to play war games in the yard. But life wasn't going to stay that simple. His dad's government job meant the family kept moving, and Adolf had to switch schools over and over. New towns, new faces, new teachers who didn't care. It messed with him, big time. Then tragedy hit. His younger brother, the one he adored, died of measles. And that changed him. He'd wander around the cemetery near their house, just staring at the stars for hours, talking to himself, drifting away from everything and everyone. Religion? Gone. Grades? Tanked. He had stopped caring. Instead, he buried himself in books about heroes, warriors, and ancient German legends. Stories about strength, purity, and destiny. When his father pushed him to become a civil servant, Adolf flat out refused. He wanted to be an artist, not some desk guy stamping papers. The old man blew up, but soon after, his health gave out. Hitler's father was gone. And for the first time, Adolf was completely free. No rules, no control, no one to tell him who to be. The freedom can be dangerous, especially for a mind like his. The dreamer was about to chase his art and lose everything along the way.
At 16, Adolf dropped out of school and drifted through life like a guy with no map. He spent his days sketching buildings, hanging out at the opera, and talking about art with his only real friend, August Kubizek. August later said Hitler was different. Smart, yeah, but moody. August later said Hitler was different. Smart, yeah, but moody, controlling, and convinced he was destined for greatness. He talked big, dreamed bigger, and couldn't take criticism for the life of him. Then came 1907, his shot at becoming someone. He packed his bags for Vienna and took the entrance exam for the Academy of Fine Arts. He failed. Twice. The rejection crushed him, but it wasn't the worst blow that year. His mother, the only person who'd ever truly cared for him, was dying of cancer. Hitler stayed by his side till the very end. When she passed, he broke down completely. Even the family doctor said he'd never seen anyone grieve that hard. After that, everything fell apart. No family, no money, no home. Vienna chewed him up. He lived in shelters,
sold postcards, and spent cold nights reading whatever he could find, mostly books filled with hate and conspiracy. The failed artist was gone. In his place, something else was forming. Bitter, angry, and desperate for someone to blame. The brush slipped from his hand, and soon he'd be painting with something far darker than color.
Munich, Germany, hoping for a fresh start and maybe to dodge military service back home. But life in Munich wasn't much better. No steady job, no future. Just another drifter chasing food and shelter. Then, in the summer of 1914, boom, World War I erupted. Across Europe, people poured into the streets, cheering. To Hitler, it was like destiny calling his name. Within days, he volunteered for the German army. Finally, a place where he belonged. The war gave him structure, purpose, brotherhood. He wasn't the failed artist anymore. He was a soldier, disciplined, devoted, even brave. He delivered messages through enemy fire, survived near-death encounters, and was awarded the Iron Cross first clipped his leg. Later, a British gas attack left him temporarily blind. While recovering in a hospital bed, Hitler got the news. Germany had surrendered. The empire he worshipped was gone, broken, humiliated. And inside him, something snapped. From the ashes of war, anger was about to find a voice, and Germany would soon hear it loud and clear.
Germany's defeat in World War I hit like a punch to the gut. The proud empire was forced to sign the Treaty of Versailles, accepting full blame for the war. They had to pay massive reparations, give up land, and shrink their military to almost nothing. The country was starving, its people humiliated, and its pride shattered. For millions, it was the end of hope. But for one angry ex-soldier sitting in a hospital bed, it was the start of something darker. Adolf Hitler convinced himself that Germany hadn't been beaten in battle, it had been betrayed. He believed the real enemies were inside the country: communists, politicians, and Jews. That twisted idea became his truth. When he returned to Munich, Hitler was just another unemployed veteran, but his anger burned hotter every day. The war had given him discipline. Defeat had given him purpose. Now all he needed was a stage. Soon, he'd find it. And the man who once dreamed of painting landscapes would start painting his vision of a new world in blood. Because the world didn't know it yet, but the story of Adolf Hitler was just beginning.